now. Are you ready?
Hi, this is Dana Lee Fruend with Visit Eureka Nevada and with my wonderful co-host, Trina Machacek.
Hola.
So we are here to tell you a little bit about all the events and activities going on. There has been a lot. Sorry we were gone last week. It was my fault. I had back-to-back conferences in Mesquite and then a business leadership one. And so we're back.
Are you ready to lead your business?
I am. I'm definitely going to work. I went to Rural Roundup, which was in Mesquite, and all 17 counties come together, and we talk about tourism and strategy and planning. So came back all on fire for our community to do.
Sell Eureka County.
To make people want to come and visit us even more. So it was fun. Hey, I think you're starting in April.
I am.
Okay.
So, April.
She picked April. Okay.
You ready? Since it's April, let me tell you what's happening in April. On the 20th, which is today, is paint night with Abby Sweet over at the Lanny and Repetto Hall. I said it right this time. I'm sorry, Steve. I've been saying Repetto. It's Repetto Hall. Contact Abby Sweet or just show up. I'm sure that she's got plenty of room and paint and
no, it's reservations only. You had to
go.
get your thing. She probably would because she's lovely.
Pretty easy to get along with. That's me. It's me, April. I'm done.
Okay.
Phew, I'm exhausted.
Oh, speaking of April, do you have anything to say about spring flowers and earwigs and?
I'm sure.
growth?
Well, okay. So let's talk about spiders. So the spiders are waking up, and we were at a county commissioners meeting this morning. We were talking to Kathy about spiders and flies. The flies are waking up, but right now the flies that show up are what I call the B-52 flies. They're these great big flies that have been sitting.
Like horseflies?
Well, no, they're house flies, but they're just great big black ones, and they go through your house, go, and they're slow enough that I can actually get them with my fly swatter. Pop, pop.
And get them. Oh
And
my
I
gosh.
said, and it's been so cold that all the flies in my house are wearing earmuffs, so you can see them fly through the air easier.
But they are. So spring is actually happening here in Eureka. Things have melted away. It's a little cold outside today. It's
It's a lot cold.
But snow is melting. Things are happening. I have seen some green things pop up above the surface
I hope they're plants.
That green thing. They're probably 2 feet underneath. So by the time they even decide to pop up, they're already going to be fully grown out there.
It's happening because my tulips are up about this far, as my daffodils are. They're just before they get their little heads up and ready. It's going to freeze. But here's a little tip: if you keep them wet enough, then the freeze won't harm them as much. I'm not saying that it's not going to kill them and make them like this in the morning.
But the roots will still be allegedly okay.
Well, and they should stand back up if they have a lot of water.
Okay. Well, there's your gardening tip for spring right there. You heard it from the Valley Girl herself. All right, let us begin with May.
Please, let's go on.
Okay. So May coming up on 1st, we have. There you go. We have the Eureka Book and Writers Club on May 1st. We will meet here.
And we really are meeting. It's going to be warm. It's going to be dry.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about books.
And this is the book that we're going to be talking about with Kristen Hanna. So if there's those of you that are out there, if you haven't got the book yet and you want to join us, this is the book, The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. So join us for the Eureka Book and Writers Club.
Amazing book. Amazing.
So I have to tell you just really quick. So when we started the Book and Writers Club, Trina tells me, or first I'm telling her, I'd like to start a Book and Writers Club. Oh, cool, yeah. And I go, you want to come and we'll co-host it and do the Book and Writers Club? So on the Eureka Book and Writers Club, sorry, we had looky lookers go by my window. She goes, I don't really read books. And I go, what?
I have to read?
And I go, you write a column. You da-da-da. She goes, I don't really read a lot of books. So anyway, she has been a wonderful asset to our Book and Writers Club because of the different types of books and you really enjoyed this last one.
I did.
A couple of the books
This
you
is a
didn't weren't too fond of,
Yeah.
but this one you really liked.
Yeah.
So come to the Book and Writers Club and talk about books and writing, and you will enjoy it. Also, May 4th is the Garden Club. You can get a hold of Jan Romero or Miss Elizabeth and get with them for the Garden Club, and they also meet at the Lanny and Repetto Hall. Next, May 5th and May 6th. So May 5th, we have Firewise at the Eureka County Fairgrounds, and May 6th, Firewise at Crescent Valley Biawaway Town Park. So for little property protection and mitigation, you can learn a lot there.
Want that defensible space around your space.
Yes.
Like, you're in my space. You're touching me. She's touching me.
Well, then weeds will be gone. Take care of business so that it doesn't burn down. And so also in May, let's hold this one
This
up
is a
there.
really cool calendar. I
So-
love these people.
So
I
this
don't
is
even know these people, and I love them already.
This poster that we have right here is for May 12th through the 14th, is the Nevada Old Time Fiddlers Contest, and the director is Kim Russell. And so you'll see these posters all around the community. There's even a QR code on there, so that we just love that we have modern technology. So you can
Some
click,
of us do.
you can click on there and you can see more information, or if you know somebody that's wanting to sign up, there's still availability to be able to sign up for the Nevada Old Time Fiddlers
These
Contest.
people look like they're having so much fun.
It is, it really is a joy to go down there and watch everybody compete.
Performing.
Yes, and it is, and it's wonderful, and it's carrying on a tradition of folk life.
Yep.
So I think it's wonderful. All right, moving on May 20th, or actually May 13th, Perdiz has their fun shoot, so you can get a hold of Jerry White with that. May 20th, we have at the Opera House, we have Doug Figg, who we really like. Oh, I went right over this
That's
one.
okay. You can talk
This
about
is
Doug
new.
Figg, and we'll go back.
So you'll want to see Doug Figg over there. This is really an important event coming up.
Yeah.
So May 9th and 10th. Actually, May 9th in, I'll let you hold that, in Eureka, and May 10th in Ely. It is the Veterans Roadshow. So they will have veterans affairs here, and they will have education and helpers. They will have the Veterans Organization, VA healthcare reps, employment assistant, education information, and a lot more. So that's the Veterans Roadshow here in Eureka at the Eureka County Courthouse on May 9th.
Nice.
And then in Ely, it will be at the Elks Lodge. So for all our veterans out there, we got a little bit of help coming to you. So if you have any questions on any of that, you can contact me here at Miss Dana's Visit Eureka Nevada shop.
Yep. And I'm sure that they'll know information at the senior center too, if you want more
yes.
information. So
Yes, or even at the courthouse. So next we have May 27th, 28th, and 29th. This is a big deal. It's the Nevada Bow Hunters Jamboree. So that's going to be coming up. And in between that, we want to talk about this. Thank you.
the date has been changed.
So,
Oh,
yes, we like this. So this date has been changed. We have to have some excuse to use these things. They're sitting right here.
They
So
costed like a nickel.
I know
Come
they're
on, man.
fun. So this is the Eureka Business Network is going to meet on April 27th, and at the Lanny and Repetto Dance Hall. But if you want to connect with businesses, if you want to learn more about business, how to improve your business, network with other business people there, learn about tourism, what's happening here in town, and how you can be involved, please come to the Lanny and Repetto Dance Hall on April 27th. So that, like Trina said, that date was changed, so we'll put that over there. Okay, and then we have got May 26th and 27th is the alumni dinner and festivities over Memorial Weekend. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You can get a hold of Errol Porter or Matt Krim because they are supervising all of that. May 29th at the Opera House, the VFW Memorial Day ceremony.
Nice.
So we love our veterans and love the service, all they do in the community and everything to take good care of our veterans that are here. They're still working on the Veterans Park that we're going to have here someday soon. So that's happening in May. And I believe you are June.
Thank you. I am June.
You are June.
Wait, I put on my eyeballs.
Miss June.
Oh, swell. So, June 1st, of course, Eureka Writers Club.
Book and Writers,
and we
yes.
will tell you what the book is going to be after we have our meeting in May. I'm kind of excited.
Me too.
I'm not. I think it's Rose that picks the book.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Rose is our new girl because Archie picked this last book.
Yeah.
So Rose Buchanan has this one. So
Yeah, no pressure, Rose. No pressure. Also, June 1st is going to be the Garden Club over at the Lanyon Repetto
Yes.
Hall, and that ought to be interesting because by then we'll almost have had the last freeze. Usually, so I've lived here some years in Nevada all my life, and it's frozen every month of the year. I was born in June in Reno, and it snowed on the day I was born.
Ah, well, Lynn Conley had told me last year, and she has this wonderful, the Rustic Shack, and she has vegetables, flowers, flower baskets, garden stuff. And she said usually, and she has been right, and the farmers here, that after June 15th is when a lot of people start putting their seedlings that they've grown in their house or their garden things into the ground because the last freeze is before June 15th.
Only hope.
I know. You're hanging out with me a lot. That there was a Catholic genuflection going on. Okay.
Okay. And then on the 3rd of June, the FFA Foundation Spring Shoot out at Perdiz.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. Be a lot of pull, boom, pull, boom. And I understand that they're getting new clay targets.
Yeah. So Jerry went before the county and he's gone before the rec board. And so he's getting new supplies so that he can keep Perdiz going out there and the shoots.
Then on the 17th is the Mile 12 Bluegrass Music Festival at the Opera House. This ought to be kind of fun. Now, I have not seen these guys before.
Me neither.
I've heard a little bit about them, and so I don't know if this is their first time because, we don't have a paper. If we had a paper in town, then perhaps this kind of stuff. I think we had to have a paper in town. Moving on. So on the 17th also is the Father's Day shoot. And also, that's also out at Perdiz. And then also on the 17th, a car show.
Yes.
The Legends of the West Bike and Car Show Fest. Do. We're having a poker walk. We're having street games. We're having cars, really.
Yes.
We're having food, really. There will be something to drink.
Adult libations.
Yeah. There will be music. There will be excitement. There will be fun in the air.
Yes.
Because it's the middle of June, and it's going to be warm. And I'm wearing.
Yes.
I'm wearing.
I'm
my
saying
shorts.
that now. It's
I'm
going to be
I'm
warm.
wearing my shorts.
It is going to be warm. Yes.
So
ma'am.
also in June, we still don't have a date yet. I have to get with Pastor Roland Good or Leanna or even Robin Blanco and find a date. But there will be Vacation Bible School this summer, and that's always fun.
It is fun,
Yeah.
and the kids and the families, parents have such a good time.
They get
at
to
that
go at
Vacation Bible School.
There's no cost for it. They get a free T-shirt, and they get to learn a section of the Bible and learn new stories. I was thinking the other day. So when I grew up, we weren't a lot religious. It's not like we were heathens, but I don't ever remember going to church when I was little, but I must have gone because when I went back to church after I got married, I knew the Bible stories. I cannot remember learning them, but I know I knew
Somewhere.
them. Yeah.
And who knows, Sunday school or something like that may have played a part in it.
Maybe.
And Vacation Bible School is a lovely way to invite families and raise the children up and have a lot of fun.
And they have volunteers that are older kids teach the younger kids, and it's just like a really warming sense of Christianity.
That's
in our
nice.
community.
Vacation Bible
It's
School
kind
in
of cool.
June.
Yeah. So
Nice.
the last thing in June is on the 23rd at the Opera House is the Missoula Children's Theater.
Missoula. Yes.
Missoula Children's Theater.
That's gonna be fun. And we talked before, living rurally, when you have concerts or these things, we can't encourage you enough to come to these things. There's so many children's events that bring in a lot of people. They have the youth basketball that brought in a lot of people here, all the sports things. But Missoula Children's Theater, it introduces kids to plays and rehearsing and costumes and not being afraid to get out in front of people and having a good time sharing the art of theater. Doing stuff. Yes, so that's going to be
because June is really coming. We've been saying this since January.
Spring is coming, summer's coming.
June is coming. June is coming. Today, so it hasn't snowed today.
There was no clouds. It was clear.
It snowed yesterday. It hasn't snowed today, but it's still, gosh dang it, cold.
I know,
it's like the little wind blows, and you go, okay, I don't need a coat. Well, I need a coat. And pretty soon it's gonna be, I don't need long sleeve. Oh, maybe it's cold.
I know, but it's coming, people.
It's coming.
It's gonna get better.
I love Nevada. What do they say? If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It'll change.
Yes, and it is. It's true. How about okay? We're gonna let me touch on this.
Let me.
Because this was for May, and I skipped this one, but. So May, we are going to be doing.
This is my job.
Okay, thank you. So in May, we are after the 19th. We will be starting with our historic ghost tours again. So it's Miss Dana's historical ghost tours. They're 2 hours long. We start here at Miss Dana's and we go downtown. It's a walking tour, and we find the paranormal hotspots in the community, which there are a lot.
And they're not scary.
No. And sometimes it's a little bit, it can be a little scary when people haven't experienced, paranormal activity, but it's not frightening. It's just sometimes it's amazing to take science and technology and kind of peek in. And so it's a lot of fun. And we also do historical tours. So if you're not interested in the paranormal, we also do day tours and tours around town showing people. Here at Miss Dana's, I also teach the art of tea and manners and etiquette classes. So that's kind of fun. More of that will be coming up, and some how to be successful living a rural lifestyle classes will be coming up. Meaning if you have a business or you want to start a business, you have a dream, you want to know how to put that together, we will be teaching those classes right here. So that's going to be coming up. We have Jim Marsh. Some of you may have heard of Jim Marsh Kia in Las Vegas. So they're bringing a whole busload of people up here. And more buses now, and people are getting out and touring again. So we will have more buses and tours here to Nevada. But he's one of the first ones coming out here. So it's about 47 people.
Nice.
So we're making arrangements for them because we want people to come and visit Eureka and see all the amazing buildings that we have here, kind and friendly people, our restaurants and shops. So we're excited for this summer.
Are you giving them tours?
Yes, I am.
Good girl.
So we're going to go do a historical tour in the daytime and take them all around town, and they'll have a couple little food options they can go do.
Cool.
Options. It's all about the options.
Options.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Where did that come from?
It's all about the options. We must have been visiting some New Yorkers or something. I don't know. So then you want to do, let's see, you did June. Okay, the rest of July. 4th of July. So that's going to be coming up. We're not doing a book and writers. Oh, thank you. 4th of July.
Lord.
4th of July is coming up.
So much fun.
We're not going to have a book and writers club because a lot of people at that time are out and about doing stuff. So we're not going to be doing that, and we're not sure about the garden club on that just yet. But as we have more developing information, we'll let you know. So the 4th of July celebration will be coming up right downtown in historic Eureka. Oh my gosh, because they have egg toss, they've got nail pounding, they've got
beer drinking,
soda drinking, they've got
nickel scrambles,
3-legged
races,
and a fantastic parade up and back. And so it's a lot of fun. So we want to encourage you guys to save the date to come to Eureka, Nevada for that.
And then in the evening,
Oh,
the firemen put on a really nice fireworks show.
Yes.
You know, it's you can see it for miles around.
Yes, it's wonderful. A lot of tailgating going on. So please visit Eureka, Nevada, especially on 4th of July. And then Perdiz Shoot, July 15th is the fun shoot. July 15th and 16th is VFW softball. That brings a lot of people into town and a lot of teams that come and play and they tailgate. And I have to make a mention, I know it's always food somewhere. They cook chorizo, and this is a big thing. As I've lived here 3 years, people talk about that. They talk about the VFW softball, but we have people that go there just so they can purchase chorizo from the VFW over there, Basque chorizo. And so that's
pretty sure that they
a big
bring
fundraiser.
them over from Carson City because that's the best place.
From the Basque Deli, yeah. And so this is a big thing. So if you haven't got your Basque chorizo, that is get some there and put it in the freezer.
And I'm pretty sure there will be beer.
I've heard.
And then the next week, everybody that has played softball will go, oh man, I haven't used that muscle in a while.
That's going to be fun. Speaking of July, just to put a plug in here for our neighbors over here, don't you have your alumni?
Yes. So
did you catch it? Because it's her 50th anniversary reunion. 50.
So yeah, over in Ely, they also have big things doing on the 4th of July, and I'll be going over for my 50th class reunion it's set for the 1st through the 4th. I'm not sure I'll make that long.
You come back over here for the actual 4th and all of the other stuff there, but come back here for the actual 4th.
We're going to go over, we're going to have the meet and greet at Mr. G's downtown. Then we're going to take a train ride, and then we're having a dinner, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So
right on.
A lot of people, and it's not just for the class of 1973. It's for all the classes that want to come, and so there's a website, White Pine High School class of 1973, and you can go on and sign up and buy tickets and T-shirts and
have some fun.
All the stuff of rural Nevada.
Nice. Speaking of tickets or buying T-shirts and stuff, you want to show them this fabulous hat?
So how many years has Eureka been? What are we celebrating?
We are celebrating our sesquicentennial all this year. 150 years of celebration. So over here at Miss Dana's, you can purchase a sesquicentennial hat that was made by Cindy Butel of
BFE.
BFE. And
they're really pretty.
They're
all embroidered. It says 1873, 2023, Eureka, Nevada, 150 with a banner.
And how much are the hats?
The hats are going to be $25 a piece, and they'll last you for years and years.
A nice
maybe even till
collectible.
the next sesquicentennial.
And so,
but they're really pretty.
You can get them from Trina because she'll keep some in her truck and she sees everybody. And then, or here at Miss Dana's Visit Eureka Nevada shop. So we will have sesquicentennial hats. I don't want to have one here because I left them over at the house. I'm sorry. But we also have sesquicentennial wooden tokens. There's a lot of people out there that collect those, and they're only $3 a piece to be able to do that. So where you can carry a lucky little piece in your pocket. So come on down and get that.
Kind of like that wooden nickel thing.
What was the thing that they used to say? It's like
don't take any
wooden nickels because they wouldn't get you nothing.
Yeah, don't even buy your
These
beer.
ones will give you a smile because it's a little token.
I'm sure that
of 150 years.
I would imagine that in 80% of the drawers in the world, somewhere you're going to find a wooden token.
Oh, I've got several because we've collected them. So we're one of those. We're all old school. We like those things.
I got all that stuff in my drawers. I got a lot of stuff in my drawers.
That didn't
I'm
sound
not going
right. Okay. I have no words sometimes. I got no words. I got no words. I'm going to leave that alone. When we're off camera here, I am so going to just let loose on her on this.
I'm so going to be in trouble now.
So the last date up here is July 28th and 29th. We are looking to have an Arts in the Park. So it'll be over here at Town Park. We will have vendors and even some classes. So we're looking to build up some poetry gathering and reading that will be here. We're going to be working on some food and all
Oh,
kinds of things
food.
out there. Yeah. So, but we're looking to do some local farm to table. So that's going to be coming together to get with like Miller Bison and Snowball Ranch with organic beef, Bateman Farms, giving people an opportunity to sample our farm to table that we have here. Get with Lynn out at Rustic Shack
vegetables.
and work on that. So that's still in the process of getting pulled together. But we're looking to do an arts in the park, so that's going to be coming up. A couple of things also that we don't have on here is we are doing a new visitor's guide.
Yeah, you are doing it.
I am doing a new visitor's guide.
So the visitor's guide that was last year was pretty spectacular, but this one is this year's visitor's guide on steroids. Dana has done an amazing job putting stuff together, selling advertising, yes, but putting stories and content into this visitor's guide that really showcases Eureka County and shows. So I'm excited to see it.
Me
so
too.
when do you think it's going to be done? Because
so-
we've been talking about it.
Yeah, we've been gathering. We're paginating right now, and so that means
Paginating.
that's like a $3 word.
Yeah.
Paginating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's like a $4 word. And with that, within next week or so, it's going to go to print, and then it'll be available. The goal of all of this is to have it for Memorial Weekend.
Nice.
So we're working on the last of that and stories, of which you have one of my favorite stories, because Rose Buchanan has contributed.
Nice.
Kathy Porter has contributed. You have contributed some story. But I love this story. I hope you don't mind if we break this here to just talk just a little bit. We got a few minutes left here. Is that phone booth?
Oh, the Diamond Valley number one.
I love this story. So Diamond Valley number one, I'm just going to lead in and then let her tell you a little bit. So Trina used to work was an operator, an actual telephone operator out of Ely. I think that's how you met your husband too.
It is,
isn't it?
That's how I met my husband.
Which is a very charming story. But that your dad helped to put in one of the
phone
first
systems.
phone systems out there. But I have to tell you, tell them a little bit about this road that it's on.
So the first phone booth, when they started the phones out in Diamond Valley, they didn't have a dial. You just picked it up and got the operator in Ely. Now it was me and several other women that lived over there. And so there were no dials. But there was a phone booth in Diamond Valley, because you had to, if you were a farmer, a rancher, you had to pay to have the phone brought into your house. But to start the system, they had Diamond Valley number one, which was the phone booth, and it was on 7th Street and 101 out there, and it was all dirt roads at that time. And there was this long little phone booth that when somebody would go to use the phone and close the door, the little light would come on, and it's like a little shining star.
That's incredible, because if you've been out there and if you know anything about the rurals, to have it all dark, that's why it's amazing. We have the dark skies, like Ely has dark skies, and they do this. And then to see if somebody's using that, a little light on a little square box out there. And didn't you say that the ranchers on the weekends, many of the workers would come out there, and there's a little line out there?
The hired men would meet out there and call home and call girlfriends and stuff, and it was always a nice little meeting place, especially right after the first of the month when everybody got paid. And they were
phone calls.
They were on their way to town to drink. There was a lot
They
of.
went out to dinner too, I'm sure.
No, they didn't. They drank. There were several times that we would come into town and have to drag our men.
You were including you in this,
drag
so
the
you
men
knew that they
out of
were
the Alpine.
okay.
So it was quite an amazing time in Diamond Valley in the early days.
But one of the stories, because what we wanted to do with this visitor's guide was really capture some of the hearts, some of the stories, some of the ranchers and farmers, and the story of the first phone booth. I just love that. But here's the rest of the story. Trina has that phone.
I do have that phone.
And so a picture of that's going to be in the visitor's guide. So it's an amazing thing.
Did you know that here's a little tidbit. So as a telephone operator, you take phone calls from everybody, and when you take a phone call from a phone booth and people are going to pay with coins, then a quarter goes ding ding ding, and a dime goes ding ding, and a nickel goes thud.
I did not know that.
And that's how you do it. So you have your little pencil and you say, that'll be $3.40. You go ding, 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 25, 25, 25, 25. And you have to add it up as they're putting the money in. So
I always wondered, how did they know how much you were putting in
that's
there?
how you know. You do it by the
Ding,
ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, thud.
thud.
You heard it right here first. Now, from the operator, we know how they figured out
How much
how
you
much
paid.
because how about some of those people that would tape a quarter and a string and put them in and pull them out? Oh, I know people who have done that. I did not do that, but I know people.
My dad would say that the most phone booths that ever happened to were somewhere at universities and colleges with college kids. They would always ding, ding, ding.
Because every dime
ding, ding, ding.
matters. every dime matters. So I thought you would enjoy, as we get ready to close here, that Diamond Valley story of the first #1 phone booth. And Miss Trina Machacek, right here, her father installed it, and she still has that phone. Yeah. We should bring that out on display somewhere for people to be able to see.
Well, if you want to read about it and see pictures, it'll be in the new visitor's guide.
Yes.
It'll be available around Memorial Day.
Yes, so that will be coming up. Well, we hope you had fun listening to all the events and activities that are coming up for the next few months. We want to say hello to our neighbors over in Austin and Ely and Elko, who are always so supportive of our social media and helping us and being good neighbors.
And I just want to make a small thing. It's springtime. It's time to get those cats and dogs spayed and neutered. So please contact Cindy Butel at Healthy Paws for financial assistance in getting that done. I just took some cats to Ely.
5. I went with her.
This is the last. I'm embarrassed that the numbers got away from me. I'm not the cat lady of Diamond Valley because there are a lot of cats out there.
But you're a responsible pet owner.
Responsible. They're some are feral and some are mine. But I have my last 5 over there, and I'm going to go pick them up tomorrow, and then I'll be good. So remember, spring, if you don't want to hear
late at night. But it's lovely that Cindy Butel does that, and that's called Healthy Paws.
Healthy Paws of Eureka. So just contact her, and she will guide you in the ways and means of getting your pets spayed and neutered. It's important.
It is important. That's lovely to bring all of that up. It wasn't lovely in the back seat of that truck, but it was. But it's a lovely thing to do, especially for being a responsible.
Took 5 boxes of carriers over, and somebody pooped in one of the boxes.
I was quite malodorous on that trip over there.
Oh my, what an adventure life
But
is.
I have to tell you what was really nice is that Andrew over there,
at the shelter,
very kind. And, sometimes you would think that some men would be a little bit rough and bang the cage or do something. He was kind and gentle with each one of those animals, helping them through that transition. So I just have to say over there,
and
they do a good job.
And Dr. Robin Eldridge out at Eldridge Vet is taking care of them. So a little plug for the shelter and the vet and Cindy Butel.
Yeah, so very good. That was a nice mention. Well, we hope that during this next week that you all have a fabulous, warm, wonderful spring weekend coming up. And we will see you next week on Visit Eureka, Nevada. I am your host, Dana Lee Fruend, and my co-host,
Trina Machacek.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
It's the contraption again. It's not beeping. Hang on.